the big thing with BJ is he beat me. I mean, that's where the rivalry comes from. I like BJ, like watching him fight. See his mom sitting there. I'll probably go up and talk to her when I get down here. But BJ beat me. He beat me pretty quick and pretty easy. So that's my big rivalry with BJ is that loss to him.
Just a lot of experience, you know, with how to. Just a lot of experience about how to deal with my opponent in the octagon, how to deal with Dana White.
How to deal with BJ, that's what happens.
And you know, I guess it never stops. You're learning the whole time, and I don't think any fighter will ever be able to master this sport. It's amazing sport.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's always good to know who won and who lost, but the problem is when you have this fight where you absolutely know the other guy won. And one of the things that bothers me the most, listen, if you're playing basketball and the officiating's bad and you lose one game, you got another 115 games to play. You know what I mean? And all those guys are locked into their salaries, they're gonna make their money. When these guys go in and fight, they're one-on-one, okay? It's just one guy against one guy. They've trained for however many weeks and sacrificed and put in so much time and blood and sweat and tears to train for this fight. And then they win and they get robbed by these judges that have, you know, sometimes I'm literally blown away by some of the decisions. And you affect, not only do you affect a guy's life, his livelihood and everything, but you affect his legacy. You know, some of these guys, you know, Bones Jones should be undefeated right now. Things like that, you affect guys' legacies and their place in history with bad judging. That's where I have a problem with it.
I've had a great training camp. I was really able to cut everything away and schedule it after Thanksgiving. So my training camp's been great. I split my time up between my gym and Jeremy Horn's gym out in Salt Lake City. I like getting away from the family where I can really dedicate my time to training. So my training camp's been pretty typical of, you know, the last year. And I say that about BJ. Sometimes he looks really sharp out there. When he fought Florian, I mean, he was all over the place, had great gas. And, you know, this last fight against Frank Edgar, it didn't look like BJ out there to me. And I said that from the start of the fight. He just didn't look, he didn't look right. So, I mean, that's what I mean by that comment.
Not really, because the intention and the goal and the lifestyle is the same. Nothing really changes. It's the same thing. I'm still fighting. I want to win. It's not like that plan ever changes.
I got here yesterday. It's not my first time here, but this is my first time being here since I fought in the UFC, and I have to say that you know, the fans here so far, everyone's been really nice and respectful. One guy even asked me, could he talk to me? I was like, whoa, I'm not used to that. And you know, it's not as cold as I thought it was going to be here because you know I live in Orange County. I kind of got spoiled by the weather, so I'm loving it so far.
I've fallen in love with Twitter, man. I love how on Twitter you can talk directly to the fans. You get, you know, I get lots of information from the fans, stuff that I didn't know, and I get a lot of good feedback, and it's different. It's not like, the thing about Twitter is it's not like the internet. You know, the internet drives me nuts, and you know, it's a very small margin of people that you're actually dealing with, but you know exactly how many people you're dealing with on Twitter. You know, when I have 1.3 million people follow me and you know, I got a full day of people saying they don't like this. Listen, I feel that my job is to give you guys the fights that you want to see. And if an overwhelming amount of people tell me they don't want to see that fight, then I'm going to listen to you and I'm going to make the fight that you do want to see.
All right, go ahead.